Hi students, today I am going to discuss the topic pH of acids and bases and its importance in everyday life. Look at these compounds. What is the strength of these acids and bases and its pH? So this one I am going to discuss in this session. What is the nature of acids and bases? What it is common in acid and bases? We will discuss this and look at this picture. How this is possible and what is the condition of conductivity? So how bulb will glow? So what is the necessary for that? Everything I will discuss in this session. Let's go and learn together. Don't skip the video and watch till end.
All acids, whatever may be the acids, whether it is a strong or weak acids, all acids produce H plus ions in water. Like that, all bases produce OH minus ions in water. Example, if you take HCl, when dissolved in water, it produces H plus ions, or with water it forms H3O plus hydronium ion and Cl minus ion. So now in aqueous solution is nothing but in water. So in aqueous solution it produces H plus or H3O plus. Usually it exists as H3O plus. Alone H plus will not exist. Like that for sulfuric acid and nitric acid. See here, for sulfuric acid, nitric acid and acetic acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acid are strong acids. So it produces H plus ions, bisulfite ion, HSO4 minus. After that it splits into H plus SO4 2 minus. So totally it gives 2 H plus ions. Sulfuric acid giving 2 H plus ions. And nitric acid H plus and nitrate ion NO3 minus. Acetic acid is a weak acid, that is organic acid. So it partially dissociates. So it giving H plus partially, not completely. All mineral acids are completely ionized. Here mineral acids are HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. This is organic acid. So mineral acids or strong acids are completely ionized. Basis example, you can take NaOH. When dissolved in water, what happens? Why don't you tell the answer for this? Is right. It is dissociates into Na plus OH minus. Right? Here there is no H3O plus ion because H plus is not producing here. So it simply dissociates into Na plus and OH minus ion. Pause the video and write your answer in your notebook. So what the answer you got? Let's check. Is this the answer you got, students? Very good. So see now, this is partially ionized, but these compounds are completely ionized. Clear, students? Acids dissolved in water, it produces H plus ion plus 1 anion. But for bases dissolved in water, it produces cation plus OH minus ion. So now whatever may be the acid, it produces H plus ion. Whatever may be the bases, it produces OH minus ion, hydroxide ion. So this is the common nature of acids and bases when dissolving in water. Based on this concept, one question given in your textbook, students, that is, why glucose and alcohols do not conduct electricity, but HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, acetic acid or conduct electricity? So answer for that question. Before that, you should know how they are conduct electricity. Condition for electric current: there should be a flow of electrons or flow of ions in aqueous solution. Here the important point you have to mention, flow of ions in aqueous solution. Here the first point, flow of electrons, will not include because here ions are producing when dissolved in water. Whenever ions are moving in the solution, it carries electric current. So one question may ask from activity, students, why glucose and alcohol do not conduct electricity? So already I said that only ions conduct electricity or electrons. These two are the conditions which are responsible to carry out electric current, right? So see now, glucose and alcohol, these two are organic compounds. Organic compounds dissociation is very less comparing with inorganic compounds. So they are actually covalent compounds. covalent compounds do not dissociate because here the bond is very strong bond. So they are not ionized in aqueous solution. So dissolution means nothing but dissolving. So here what we are going to dissolve? We are going to dissolve acid or base with water. But one thing, this reaction is highly exothermic. Now we have two chances. Either we can add acid added with water or water may add with acid. In these two steps, which one we have to follow? Because one step is dangerous step. Here the acid taken is concentrated acid. That means without water. Concentrated acid produces fumes. So when this concentrated acid added with water, now water is act as a coolant here. So it can dilute the acid. But if water is added with acid, already we know that this acid, it is hot because it producing fumes. In this condition, if we are adding water suddenly, it may splash out. Best example we can say, if your mom is cooking something in a fry pan, so it is in a hot condition. In that condition, if you are adding water suddenly, means without reducing the flame, it may splash out. The same thing happens here also because the acid taken is in a hot condition. If we are adding water, it may splash out from the container or causes burns, even breaking of glasses. So we should not add water with concentrated acid. Why it is recommended that acid should added with water? Acid is concentrated, that means it has more H plus ions. In this condition, it is added with water. Now water can reduce the concentration of H plus ion. See here, when acid is added with water means now water is a coolant, right? So it is in cool condition. So it reduces the H plus ion because most of the H plus ions dissolved in water. So H plus ions in acid is very less. The same thing for base also. When base added with water, now water reduce the concentration of OH minus ions. Now this step is said to be dilution. Now this acid or base is diluted. Usually we should not taste or touch any chemicals. How can we test whether the given compound is more acidic, less acidic, or more basic or less basic? For that we have best solution, that is indicators. Usually we are using phenolphthalein universal indicator. So universal indicator is a mixture of several indicators. Example for universal indicator we can say pH paper. pH paper shows different H plus ion concentration with different color. What does this P and H stands for? P stands for power. H stands for concentration of H plus ion. That means potential. So mainly it depends on H plus ions. But we can test it for base also, because in water it consists H plus and OH minus. When concentration of H plus ion is more means then OH minus ion concentration is less, or concentration of OH is more means concentration of H plus will be less. Based on this concept we can test for acid as well as basic compounds. pH paper we can use, otherwise pH scale. So this scale is a measuring instrument for measuring H plus ion concentration. Like this we can represent the pH scale. So it starts from 0 to 14. So 7 is the neutral one. It is 0 to 7. Usually we can say it is acidic. A compound which shows pH range from 0 to 7 means they are acidic. And 7 to 14 means they are basic in nature usually. So if we consider 0 to 7, H plus ion concentration is more, but OH minus ion concentration is less. But from 7 to 14, H plus ion is decreasing and OH minus ion is increasing, because base means OH we have. So OH is increasing from 7 to 14. Look at this tabular column. Here I mentioned the pH values of some solutions. Gastric juice, so it is nothing but bile juice which is present in our stomach. It is useful for digestion process. So here the acid present is HCl. So here the HCl acid is used for digestion of food, but it will not harm our body. Here pH is 1.2. Next, lemon juice and orange, they are sour in taste. It is 2.2, more acidic. And HCl and nitric acid, they are equal to 3. Whenever this pH value is less, they are more acidic. Here ant sting and nettle leaves have methanoic acid. The common name of methanoic acid is Formic acid, students, it is very important. Methanoic acid is the IUPAC name. Formic acid is the common name, but both are same compound. So here also 3.47. So they are acidic in nature. Third, we already know that it is sour in taste, so it is nothing but acidic compound. And acetic acid is a weak acid, so it 3.91. But here the production of H plus is very less. Tamarind juice or pulp, they are more acidic, 2.8. And tomato, they are also sour in taste, so 4.5. And 1 molar HCl means completely ionized. So here equal to 0 or 1, that is which is less than 1. And 1 molar NaOH means completely OH minus ion is producing. It is very strong base, which is equal to pH value 14. And coffee also slightly acidic in nature, students, because it is 4.3 to 5. And carrot juice less acidic. pH of saliva is 6.7. When the pH value starts from 0 to 4 means that compound shows strongly acidic nature, and 4 to 7 means it is slightly acidic in nature. So here saliva is slightly acidic. And milk of magnesia. So this compound is nothing but magnesium hydroxide. So this magnesium hydroxide is a base. So its pH value is 10. Next, important of pH in our everyday life, students. First thing, human body pH range is 7.0 to 7.8, and acid rain is less than 5.5 means it affects the river water. When river water pH changes to less than 5 means it becomes acidic content. So it is difficult for the survival of aquatic life. And digestive system, we already know that our stomach has HCl. That HCl is harmless. It will not affect our stomach. So what is the purpose of this HCl means? It helps in the digestion of food. But during indigestion, stomach produces more HCl. That's why we feel acidity. So it causes pain and irritation in stomach. So how to get relief from this indigestion means? For that we can use antacid. That means against acid, that is anti-acid. So anti-acid opposite to acid, that is base. So why we are using this base? Which neutralize the excess acid in our stomach. So what type of antacid we can use? We can use milk of magnesia. So MgOH twice, that is magnesium hydroxide. The compound is nothing but magnesium hydroxide, which is a mild base used to neutralize excess acid. In tooth decay, the tooth enamel is made up of which compound, students? Calcium hydroxyapatite. It is a crystalline form of calcium phosphate. This is the formula of calcium phosphate. Valency of calcium 2, phosphate 3. So crisscross method, this is the formula. And this enamel is the hardest substance in our body and which is insoluble in water. Next, how this tooth decay happens? So bacteria is produced in our body. How it is produced? By degradation of sugar. Here the sugar is nothing but carbohydrates, potatoes, rice, starch compounds and food particles. Because of this bacteria, our mouth pH will decrease. How to prevent this tooth decay means we have to clean our mouth after eating food. Next, what is the purpose of using toothpaste? Toothpaste is a base compound. It is a mild basic compound. So that neutralizes excess acid in our mouth and prevent tooth decay. Next, one more thing here. To get rid of bee sting or nettle leaves, we can use mild base because bee sting produces methanoic acid, that is formic acid. So it is an acid content which causes pain and irritation. To get rid of this, we can use base. Here the base we can use baking soda. The chemical name of baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate, which is a mild base. So these are the chemical compounds we are using in our daily life which has pH of these ranges. So these are the important key points, students. When you are preparing for exam, please go through this. It will be very useful for you. I hope strength of acids and nature of acid and base is clear to you, students, now. If you like this video, give thumbs up, and if you found this video is useful, do share with your friends and subscribe to my channel right now. Thank you for watching.